In June 1947, the ocean was calm, almost unnervingly so. A silver freighter drifted silently through the Strait of Malacca. No engine noise, no radio chatter, just heat pressing down on steel decks and the smell of salt and oil hanging in the air. When nearby ships finally responded to its desperate radio signal, they found something impossible. Every crew member was dead, frozen in terror, with no visible wounds. The ship's name was Ourang Medan. What happened on board remains one of the most chilling maritime mysteries ever recorded. Stay with me. Shortly after midnight, multiple vessels operating in the Strait of Malacca received a broken Morse code transmission. The message was fragmented, but unmistakably human. All officers, including the captain, dead, lying in the chart room and bridge. Possibly the whole crew is dead. Then one final sentence: I die. The ship transmitting the signal identified itself as the SS Ourang Medan, reportedly a Dutch-registered cargo vessel traveling through one of the world's busiest shipping lanes. This region, wedged between modern-day Indonesia and Malaysia, has long been critical to global trade and notorious for maritime incidents. The American merchant ship Silver Star responded. When its crew reached the coordinates, they found the Ourang Medan drifting without power. The sea was calm. The sky was clear. Nothing suggested a recent storm or attack. Boarding the vessel, sailors encountered a scene that would haunt survivors for life. Crew members were scattered across the deck, and inside the ship, eyes open, mouths stretched, arms frozen mid-motion. Even the ship's dog was dead. There were no signs of struggle. No blood. No visible injuries. The temperature inside the ship was unnaturally cold. Then smoke began to rise from the cargo hold. When investigators later reviewed witness testimony, one detail stood out: the physical condition of the bodies. Medical professionals who examined survivor accounts noted classic signs of sudden nervous system failure: rigid muscles, wide pupils, and expressions consistent with extreme distress. No bullets, no burns, no blunt force trauma. This shifted attention toward chemical exposure. During the 1940s, cargo ships routinely transported dangerous materials: potassium cyanide, nitroglycerin, sulfuric acid, and other volatile substances. Many were poorly documented, especially during the chaotic post-World War II shipping boom. One verified scientific hypothesis emerged: toxic gas release. Certain chemicals, when exposed to seawater or improper ventilation, can release lethal gases like hydrogen cyanide, colorless, fast-acting, and deadly within minutes. Hydrogen cyanide also causes a sudden drop in oxygen at the cellular level. Victims may remain conscious briefly, experience intense panic, then collapse, explaining the frozen expressions. Another verified possibility involves carbon monoxide accumulation in confined ship compartments. In high concentrations, it can kill silently, leaving no external marks. None of these theories was speculative fantasy. They were grounded in known chemical behavior. But here's the problem. No cargo manifest for the Ourang Medan was ever officially recovered, and before any full investigation could begin, the ship itself vanished. As smoke intensified, the Silver Star crew attempted to tow the Ourang Medan to safety. But conditions deteriorated rapidly. Witnesses reported metallic popping sounds, pressure building deep within the ship. Minutes later, the order was given to cut the tow line. Then it happened. A violent explosion ripped through the Ourang Medan. Flames burst from the hull. Within moments, the ship split and sank beneath the surface, taking every physical clue with it. No black box, no cargo samples, no bodies to autopsy. Only eyewitness accounts. This single event transformed a disturbing tragedy into a permanent mystery. Maritime investigators now had nothing tangible to analyze. No wreckage was ever found, despite the relatively shallow waters of the region. Shipping records from the era were inconsistent. Some registries listed the ship, others didn't. Post-war bureaucracy, damaged archives, and international confusion blurred the paper trail. Yet the distress call itself was real, confirmed by multiple independent radio operators. The Silver Star's logbooks were real. The sailors' testimonies were consistent. Something happened aboard that ship. And whatever it was, it acted fast. Decades later, maritime historians revisited the case using modern forensic knowledge. One key breakthrough came from analyzing chemical transport practices of the 1940s. Records show that unregistered or grey market shipping was common after World War II. Ships often carried hazardous cargo without full disclosure to avoid taxes or restrictions. This wasn't a conspiracy, it was documented economic behavior. One scientifically plausible scenario emerged: improperly stored nitroglycerin or potassium cyanide reacting with seawater. Both substances are unstable under heat and humidity conditions common in the Strait of Malacca. Another verified explanation involves freon gas leaks. Early refrigeration systems used toxic gases that could displace oxygen rapidly in enclosed spaces. None of these explanations requires anything supernatural. Each aligns with known chemistry and maritime engineering of the time. But every theory hits the same wall. Without the ship, no hypothesis can be proven. The explosion erased the final evidence, freezing the mystery in time. A ship drifts, a message echoes, and the sea closes again. History leaves us fragments, not answers. If stories like this pull you deeper into the unknown, stay with me, there's more truth hidden beneath the waves. The sailors who boarded the Ourang Medan rarely spoke publicly afterward. Those who did described nightmares, recurring images of faces locked in terror, and the unnatural stillness of the ship. For them, this wasn't a puzzle, it was trauma. Families of the Ourang Medan crew were never officially notified. No death certificates were issued. No graves were marked. In legal terms, many of those sailors simply vanished. This silence fueled speculation, but it also revealed something deeply human: how fragile truth becomes when records disappear. Maritime authorities quietly closed the case. Insurance companies wrote it off as a loss. Governments moved on, but sailors didn't. Among seafarers, the story spread orally, passed from deck to deck, generation to generation, not as a ghost story but as a warning about unseen dangers, unstable cargo, and the thin line between routine travel and catastrophe. The ocean doesn't explain itself, it simply keeps going. 77 years later, the Ourang Medan remains one of the best documented maritime mysteries, with no physical resolution. We know the distress call happened. We know the boarding happened. We know the explosion happened. What we don't know is why. Science offers possibilities, but no confirmation. History offers context but no closure. This case reminds us that not all mysteries require the supernatural to be terrifying. Sometimes, reality itself is enough. A chemical reaction, a paperwork omission, a ship was erased too quickly. The ocean holds more than water, it holds unanswered questions. And the Ourang Medan is one of them. What do you think really happened aboard the Ourang Medan? A chemical accident? A hidden cargo, or something still missing from the record? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I read everyone. If this story stayed with you, as it stayed with the sailors who saw it firsthand, consider subscribing. There are more real mysteries out. They are documented, chilling, and unresolved. And next time we'll uncover another true story the world still can't explain.